Good evening, Nigeria. This is the issues today on Voice of the People TV. And I'm your host, Jerry Opeliohan, coming at you with the most explosive stories rocking the nation right now. Buckle up because tonight we're going in deep on the UK-based human rights lawyer, barrister Njoku Jude, accuses the Nigerian government of violating local and international laws and the extradition of Nnamdi Kanu. Is this a pervasive attack on due process or just a political maneuver to silence dissent? The truth will shock you. Next, Labour Party Chairman Julius Abure faces a backlash as he threatens to expose his critics, including Peter Obi, over alleged corruption. Can Abure clear his name, or will this turn into a full-blown political war with his rivals? And still more, where Omoyole Sowore and David Hundeyin go head-to-head, with Hundeyin accusing Sowore of being a plant for foreign interests to infiltrate Nigerian politics. Is Sowore really a Trojan horse in the revolutionary movement, or is this just a ploy to discredit his activism? A panel of experts is ready to drop some hard-hitting analysis and break down these explosive stories with you. You won't want to miss a second of what's coming up next. This is not just another talk show. This is the front line of Nigerian political discourse. This is Issues Today. Stay with us. We'll be right back to hit you with all the details. Don't go away. All right, welcome back. Let's dive straight into today's discussion. Let's start off with Nnamdi Kanu's trial, which has sparked controversy over alleged violations of local and international laws. A UK-based human rights lawyer, barrister Njoku Jude accused the Nigerian government of flouting extradition laws in Kanu's rendition from Kenya. He cited sections of Nigeria's Extradition Act and the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, which were allegedly disregarded. Meanwhile, the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB has declared May 30 a total lockdown and public holiday in the Southeast region to commemorate Biafra Heroes Memorial Day. IPOB instructed its members to observe a strict sit-at-home order from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. to honor those who died in the struggle for Biafra's self-determination. The group has also reached out to the West African Examination Council, WAEC, to adjust exam schedules to accommodate the lockdown. IPOB members in the diaspora are expected to organize peaceful demonstrations and town hall meetings, calling for international recognition of Biafra and the release of detained leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All right, today I'm delighted to be joined by two esteemed guests. Here in the studio we have Mr. Peter Anosike. Mr. Anosike is a philosopher, development economist, and best-selling author. He is also an erudite commentator on economy, finance, politics, and power. Great to have you join us.
I'm happy to be here.
Always a pleasure. And of course, joining us virtually is Dr. Eric Thomas. He is a public affairs analyst, a consultant, an obstetrician, and a gynecologist. Great to have you join us on the issues. All right, we understand that Dr. Eric is still here to join us on the show. But taking a look at the extradition laws, is it that the federal government is not aware that they broke all the laws in the book to bring Nnamdi Kanu to extradite him to Nigeria, and they don't just care whether they are against the law or not?
If you know that they broke the law, why are you using that word, allege?
Did I?
Why are you using
because
the word
that is the generally accepted word to use. Is alleged extradition.
We should then how to
hit
call a spade.
Okay.
Now
you are saying it's not alleged. They did it. They are wrong.
If that's I have been saying it over and over. that Nnamdi Kanu is supposed to be the prosecutor of this case. Understand? That the federal government committed an infringement on Nnamdi Kanu. That Nnamdi Kanu was not extradited. Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped and brought to Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu was abducted and brought to Nigeria. What federal government did is what kidnappers do. Because in extraditing somebody, due process must be followed. Take an example with the WikiLeaks founder. He committed a serious crime in America and escaped. America has all the power to go and bring him from where he is. But they did not do that as a law-abiding country. Understand me? They did not do that. They were following diplomatic channels as a civilized, law-abiding country. That's why America is sometimes referred as the bastion of democracy. So you don't just go to another man's country and kidnap somebody. One, you violated the sovereignty of that country. You show the disrespect to that country. Understand me? So they broke both local and international law. And I wonder why the government of Kenya kept quiet on this issue. I wonder why the government of Kenya kept quiet on this issue. Because it was a violation of their sovereignty. Understand me?
As a country.
As a country. You have no right to go to another man's country and beat him without following a due process. So what Jude Onjoku is saying is true. They hold to that. Now that Nigeria government is a lawless country. That Nigeria government don't obey the laws which they create. Understand me? And it doesn't look good. Now imagine what's happening in the world today. Russia is celebrating their 80 years of defeat of Germany.
The Nazi government.
They sent a private jet to go and pick Ibrahim Traore. Understand me? Mind you, Nigeria went to BRICS. Nigeria went to BRICS. Burkina Faso did not go to BRICS. But Russia still valued Traore than Boname Tinubu. That's why they sent a private jet to go and carry him to Moscow. And in Moscow, he was given a heroic reception. Why your own president was not even invited? Why your own president was not even invited? Because nobody recognizes him.
Is it that he's more or less a friend of France? That is why Russia would not want to do business with him, and the allegations of him being a CIA asset. Would you expect Russia to still be friendly with Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
He sent Nigerians to the BRICS meeting.
It was actually signed and, of course, agreed under Buhari's government, and he still like he had no say.
If he's not in support, he should have told them that they shouldn't go. He's the commander-in-chief of this country.
Okay.
But Nigeria went there, they say, as an observer. Observer means that you are interested in this. Understand? So if Russia really want to make Nigeria a friend, they would have invited Nigeria's president. Understand me?
Yes.
So, but they did not. They choose a military man. They choose a military man. And mind you, Washington has also invited the young man. And it's the same Western people that are telling you that military government is no more welcomed anywhere in the world. And it is still them that are inviting him. Because why? He is doing a good work. He is doing a good work. So the government, the Buhari government did not show respect to the government of Kenya by going to Kenya and kidnapping Nnamdi Kanu. It was a violation of their sovereignty. It is an infringement on Nnamdi Kanu's fundamental human rights, which is against the both local and international laws. So what Jude Njoku said is true.
Yeah, if that is the case, but we're not seeing so much force from the international community over Nnamdi Kanu's case. We remember where Shore was arrested. At least there was some strings being pulled even up to the US government to force the Nigerian government to release him. Well, why is that not the same for Nnamdi Kanu's situation? Because we already understand that he's supposedly a British citizen. Why is the British government not being pressured to hammer the Nigerian government to release him?
Well,
what is now even the role of the Southeast leaders and all the pressure groups? What are they doing?
Well, there's a lot of interest on the issue of Nnamdi Kanu.
Okay.
And then a lot of things are going on behind the scene.
Since 2021,
A lot of
the
things
man
are
has
going
been in
on.
detention
Nelson
for so
Mandela
long.
was in prison for 27 years.
Are you saying that the Kanu should be in prison for 27 years to actualize
I'm not
his
saying that.
dreams?
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I said Nelson Mandela was in prison for 27 years.
Okay.
Understand?
So nothing stopping Nnamdi Kanu for doing that too.
So the issue, that's another thing that is going on that me and you don't know.
Okay.
Understand?
Okay.
So what the lawyer said is true. Then for the May 30th sit at home.
Yes. I was going to get to that.
Those people who lost their life are supposed to be remembered.
Okay.
Because they fought a war of resistance. Understand? It was a pogrom, which and the whole idea was to exterminate the whole of the Southeast. But these people, these heroes resisted it. These heroes shocked the world. These heroes were able to use to use the coconut oil as aviation fuel. Within 3 years, they were able to invent rockets. Even that France, Britain joined the Nigerian army, the Biafra soldiers were equal to the task. So those people were supposed to be remembered. But what I'm against is making it compulsory.
Okay, you're talking about the time, setting it for 6 p.m. and even it's going to affect the examination. If for instance, they're trying to push an agenda, we've already talked about the losses the Southeast have already talking about gone on to experience due to the sit-at-home order. Now they're extending it to days where they want to remember the fallen heroes. Definitely is a good idea. Or shutting down the economy of the Southeast. Is this the best way to go?
It should have been made voluntary.
Okay.
It should have been made voluntary. 30th of May, we are going to remember our fallen heroes.
Okay.
We urge you, don't go to work, don't go to farm, stay in your house.
Okay. What about those who are going to be participating in the
But
exams?
they're telling children not to go to school, to go and take their WAEC. I'm strongly against it. Understand me? Because WAEC headquarters is in Accra, Ghana, not in Nigeria. and the whole West African countries that take the exam. So if they stop those students from going to take the exam, they are going to repeat 1 year. Understand me? They are going to repeat 1 year. So I'm even calling on federal government to deploy soldiers to the southeast, to deploy police to the southeast. Anybody that will hinder any student from going to school, let them shoot him dead.
That's a hard call.
Eh?
That's a hard call.
Stopping a student from going to take his school cert. Anybody that will stop any child from going to school on that day to take his exam, let them kill him. Understand me? I'm saying it from the bottom of my heart. Because there's no way WAEC will shift the exam on that day because of IPOB. Understand me? And if they miss it, they are going to repeat that exam next year.
But IPOB is already calling for negotiation on the part of West African Examination Council. So at least just shift a day. Let's just look at that day.
I'm against it. IPOB is not a state actor. There's no way a non-state actor should go to WAEC and say change the exam date. It has been said. It has been said. So what they should do is to make an exception for those students. They should, and I'm sure none of those people that are enforcing this has a degree. If they understand or the value of education, they will not be stopping people from going to school.
What if they understand the value and they feel
they don't understand it,
and they feel that that day is to remember those who stood their ground as fallen heroes, should be marked as against anybody who wants to write an exam that day?
Which means they are wicked, they are mad. Christmas is for Christians. But is it made compulsory? On a Christmas day, you can go anywhere you want. If you have a shop, you can open it.
Well, it's been declared as a public holiday during that period.
But does it stop you from going to work? Does it stop you from, if you have exam on that day, that you will not go? So for me, I am calling on Nigerian government. On the 30th of May, let them deploy soldiers to the southeast. Anybody that wants to stop a student from going to take his WAEC, let them kill him. Understand me? Let them kill him. Understand?
All right, that's a very, very, what I say, hard way to look at it, because if you take a look at it, the IPOB sit-at-home order is already gaining traction in the southeast because they've succeeded with the Monday sit-at-home order. And that is why, since they've succeeded with the Monday sit-at-home order, they decided to spread it to other days. They feel that since they are gaining
if they have
traction,
interest of those students, knowing that this is just once in a year, that if you miss this year, you have to wait for WAEC for next year. If they are human, mind you, these are criminal elements.
But this is just 1 day. Why has so many days it runs?
WAEC. So 1 day and you miss your WAEC, put yourself in the shoes of those children. Put yourself in the shoes of those children. I repeat, anybody that wants to stop a child from going to take his WAEC, let them kill him.
Well, if you take a look at struggles like this, for instance, struggles that are against the wishes of a state government, they always collateral damage. And this so-called IPOB believes that at least stopping the WAEC for that day would be part of the sacrifices.
They have no power to stop WAEC.
But they've been getting traction, having a Monday sit-at-home order. What stops them from saying WAEC, okay, we've succeeded. the Southeast people are in support of whatever we are doing. So we should
They
take
are
it
not in
further.
support of children not going to school that their parents have paid for.
But
Not going to, excuse me, you
But
are talking
children
as if you don't even know.
But children have not been going to school on Mondays in the Southeast. What has changed?
But not to take exams, not to take WAEC.
Okay.
Assuming on a jam day, and you stop my son from going to take his exam, I'll kill you.
But if you take a look at it, if Monday,
There's no way to justify it.
if Monday,
There's no way to justify it.
I am not justifying it.
Ordinary Monday, they may not go to school, but not to go to take their WAEC. This is a different ball game.
But you know how many exams that have been stopped on Monday? Because now today
That's the internal exams. Those are internal exams. Okay. Now, an instance, people don't travel from here to the east on Mondays.
Yes.
What they do is that they will travel on Sunday. When they get to Asaba, they will wait. That's on Monday. They will travel. When they get to Asaba, they will wait till daybreak. That's Tuesday. They will not enter east. Understand me? They cannot enter east on a Monday. Understand me? So then those who have something on Monday have to travel to the east on Sunday. For you to know the distortion that these people are doing. But morning loss today, you may lose 1 million today and gain 3 million the next day. But WAEC is a different ball game. Do you know the harm that you are going to cause to those children? Which means those of them that will get admission this year will not go to the university. Do you understand it? Those of them who pass JAM this year will not go to the university. And you feel that it is okay. For me, on that 30th of May, anybody that wants to stop children from going to take their WAEC, let them shoot that person dead.
Well, taking a look at...
And I will not even care if it's 1,000 people that were shot dead in the east on that day.
But that's a hard way to look at it.
It's never a hard way.
But take a look
I will justify it.
What about taking a look at the Southeast commemorating the Biafran Heroes Memorial Day? How can the Southeast leaders, for instance, even IPOB, take the advantage of that day to send a message? Because now they're even saying that...
Sending a message is not stopping children from going to take their WAEC.
Are there other ways they would
I
have
took
done
WAEC.
it?
I know what I went through.
Are there other ways they could have done this to have a memorial day that will gain traction and attention internationally, and also send message that they should also release their leader Nnamdi Kanu from detention?
Excuse me. Whatever you are doing, should give it a human face.
Okay.
Show that you have a soul. Show that you are human, that you have a feeling. So if you have a son that's supposed to take WAEC on that day, and one idiot say that he shouldn't go, and you will be happy.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
So for me, this should be voluntary. This should be voluntary. On 30th of May, we are celebrating our fallen heroes. Please don't go to work. Please don't go to farm. Stay in your home and pray for their souls. But children who have WAEC on that day must be allowed to go and take their WAEC. Anybody that wants to stop a student from going to take his WAEC is not an IPOB member. He's a criminal. And when he is shot dead, his death is justified.
When there is no movement, how does WAEC transport their materials from one point to the other? Talking about the exam materials. And how does the student move from one location to the other? Even the examiners and so on and so forth. So what would now be the sit at home? on that day when people are still moving about to do their work?
I'm sure security arrangements must be made. I'm very sure that security arrangements should be made.
Okay.
And I know that parents will begin to move their children near to the school, maybe from on 28th, 29th, so that they can easily enter school without paying transport and so on and so forth. So I know that, but anybody who wants to stop students from going to school deserves death.
All right, taking a look at, considering a growing international focus on Kanu's trial, should Southeast leaders push for a more active role in international forums to demand accountability from the Nigerian government? If so, how can they achieve that?
For me, I don't want anybody to take credit for the reason Nnamdi Kanu. I don't want in 2027 somebody will say, I release your son, so vote for me. Understand me? So that's why I want let Nnamdi Kanu go through court process so that he will be discharged and acquitted. Understand me? So that nobody will take credit for his release. Let or the court find him not guilty. That is the best way that I want Nnamdi Kanu to be out of this case.
And what about the Southeast people? Because if you most especially come across a lot of Southeast people, what is their feeling towards all of this in terms of the actualization of Biafra? Because now sometimes it looks like it's only Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB that really wants the self-determination, wants to be part of Biafra. What about the Southeast man in Lagos, in Abuja, in other parts of the world? What is their own thoughts on the Biafra movement?
Excuse me. When Nelson Mandela and his ANC were fighting for independence of South Africa, school was going on, businesses were also going on. Understand? People have their own feeling. This self-determination is a product of frustration. Assuming that Nigeria is working, Nnamdi Kanu will not be calling for Biafra. Assuming that Nigeria is working, it is Nigeria state that make Nnamdi Kanu a what? Hero. Because if Nigeria state is working, Nnamdi Kanu would have been a known voice in the wilderness, assuming he's still insisting on Biafra. Every Nigerian wants to be in Nigeria.
Are you speaking for the Southeasterners? Or yourself as a Southeasterner?
Every Nigerian wants to be a part of this country. Nigeria is a great country, but bad leadership.
Including the Southeasterners feel this way?
Sure.
Okay.
So the call for self-determination is a product of frustration.
Okay.
So assuming that Nigeria is working, this self-agitation would not be heard.
What is a working country for a Southeasterner like you? What makes a country that is working for you as a Southeasterner? Taking a look at where Nigeria is, what will make it work and stop the agitation?
An egalitarian society.
Okay.
Live and let live. No discrimination. The presence of federal presence in all the states of the country. Every Nigerian given equal opportunity. Now, do you know that some people in the north, when they say that jam cutoff point is 200, some people in the north enter university with a 120. Are you aware of it?
Definitely.
So does this show that one country? So people who are calling for Biafra is calling it out of frustration because Nigeria is not working, period.
And we understand that Dr. Eric is now with us, and we are pressed for time. Dr. Eric, and we're just talking about the situation in the southeast, and the call for IPOB asking that WAEC should at least pause their exam on the day they want to remember the heroes of Biafra. What do you think about this move?
That is still, you know, I am not. My stand about IPOB is different. I've always said that IPOB will have gotten it right if they are doing the way others have done in freedom fighting. Fighting for your freedom or asking for your right is not a problem. It is the way and manner it is done that poses issue. Now, children want to write exam. We are talking about the future generation now. Just look at the irony. Future generation. They want to go in and you are stopping them. How does it sound? Why wouldn't they wait until the jam thing is finished? The jam is not only in the southeast. Jam is all over the country.
WAEC.
Now,
WAEC.
as to say, hello?
Yes, we're talking about WAEC. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, sorry, it's WAEC. WAEC goes all over the country. It's not, we are not talking about this. Oh, okay, fine. WAEC is South Africa. You are even expanding it, but let us even leave West Africa. Let us talk of Nigeria. Why will you stop them from joining their colleagues? We are fathers, and some of us will be. Imagine telling your son that has been your child not to take his final exam after 6 years. How bad? Let them put human face in this their struggle. Then we will support them. It is obnoxious. All right? So, like you rightly said, hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Like you rightly said, my answer is a no, 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 no. I'm not against the struggle, but I'm against the modus operandi. If they know what is happening, why can't they shift what is so sacrosanct in remembering IPOB? They say that what is permanent is a change. They could just say, okay, because of this WAEC, this is what happened. Let them just make that statement. Because of this WAEC, this is it. Or they can go ahead with their celebration while the exams are going on. Pari passu. Why must they force people? This is coercion. We are still arguing and quarreling over the ways and manners things are being done in this country. We are saying things are not working. Why are they not working? It's because of cohesion. You don't respect the other person's opinion. It must be yours. Let me stop it there because before people will be thinking that I'm against that, I'm not against anybody struggling for anything that he thinks is not going well for him. I'm not there.
All right, we were even seeing backlash. People are even saying that we're biased because we're saying it the way it is and asking the questions on what is obtainable. But let's go back to the next story because of time, where Labour Party's Julius Abure threatens to expose critics, including Peter Obi, over corruption allegations. Abure claims his detractors are spreading malicious lies and vows to reveal evidence of their own wrongdoings. And of course, the controversy surrounds allegations of financial impropriety within the political party. Now I want to ask, it looks like the case of Julius Abure is like a man going down and wanting to take a lot of people along. What do you make of his recent act? Okay, let's take a listen from Julius Abure himself.
No time.
All of them, from Peter Obi down that contested the election. Let any of them come out and tell the world what they gave to me personally or to the party. When I met him in Transcorp, he was asking me, Chairman, what do I do for you? I say nothing. Put your money together and use it for election. I challenge him. If it's a lie, let him come out and say so. There are some people who are shockers to us. The people that we never believed will behave the way they are behaving to us. We lay down our lives for some of them. And I will say it openly. We rejected billions of naira We rejected offers because of their position. But today, they are in the forefront of those that want to throw us out of office. And I want to challenge them. I was watching television. I heard some of them talk about corruption. Today, I want to challenge all of them, from Peter Obi down that contested the election. Let any of them come out and tell the world what they gave to me personally or to the party. It's not to go and hide.
All right, we heard from the man, Julius Abure. Dr. Eric, we're pressed for time. How can the Labour Party maintain its credibility when its leadership is embroiled in accusations of corruption, especially Abure vowing to reveal evidence against his critics, even when as far as making an indicted statement on Peter Obi himself?
Oh, well, Julius Abure is like a drowning man catching at the straw. If he were to be a clean person, why didn't he point out these things at the time things were rosy? Then we'll take him seriously. If they didn't get him the way all the things he had done, all the high-handedness, that's what we're still saying. You go and conduct an election on your own, you do everything with audacity, and no. That is, in fact, a serious person will not take him seriously. Because he is actually out for something. It even makes some of us believe that he's a mole. He's being used. But all those things are just the things you see in politics. Let them mention them. Let him mention them. They will not dare him. They don't need to dare. Let him mention. The point is that Labour Party can stand with the people, the acting chairman now. They can organize themselves and stand. It's just that from time, they have been trying to see how they can disagree. And the problem is not only the Labour Party, even APC, the ruling party, there's problem there. And it will still implode. So these are the things they talk about. I know that Labour Party can still come together.
All right. Do you think that Labour Party will survive this? Because now there is even criticisms and allegations springing now from Abure, even on to Peter Obi. He made mention that Peter Obi asked him, what does he want? He said even did refuse to collect billions to fight and be at the forefront.
No, that is. I've told you here that Abure means a deceitful person. That's what Abure means. Go and ask any Benin man what Abure means. Abure means a deceitful person. Understand? So the issue is this: if he has anything against anybody, let him come up with it. Understand? You don't need to behave like Mende Kiare of NNPC. One day I will talk about what is happening.
Going on?
So whatever he has against anybody, let him bring it up. But he is being sponsored by APC to destroy Labour Party. Understand me? So that APC will not have a problem in 2027. So he is an agent of Labour Party, of APC in Labour Party. And he will continue doing this until 2027. So I'm not seeing Labour Party coming together. What I'm saying is that the obedience should move into another political party.
All right.
And once they move, Labour Party will return to where it was before 2022.
All right. Big thanks, Mr. Anasike, and of course, big thanks, Dr. Eric, for being a part of the show. We're pressed for time. We just have to wrap it up for tonight. It's been a pleasure having you. And of course, we've taken you deep into the heart of the issues that matter most, from Nnamdi Kanu's extradition to the Labour Party turmoil and the Sowore-Hudeyin clash. The stakes have never been higher, and the fight for Nigeria's future is getting more intense by the day. But remember, this conversation is far from over. These issues will continue to unfold, and we'll be here to bring you the latest, the truth, and the unfiltered facts. Stay tuned, stay engaged, and keep pushing for the change you want to see. This is Issues Today, and I'm your host, Jerry Apeliohai. Until next time, keep thinking, keep questioning, and never back down. Good night, Nigeria.